Hey, what's up guys and welcome back to Anime King. And today I'm gonna be giving you part 47 of What If Naruto was trained to be a mercenary. Remember to get this one to 100 likes as usual, share this to all of your friends on your social media platform, and also stay in tune because after this I'm gonna be posting a new episode of What If Naruto went missing for 4 years. And over Anime King 2, I'm going to be posting a new episode of What If Naruto joined the Akatsuki, and also What If Naruto had the Sharingan and the Byakugan mix. So stay in tune for those and enjoy. And remember guys, if you're new and this is the first time you hear my voice, what are you guys waiting for? Go ahead and click that red subscribe button and join the Anime King channel and the Anime King 2 as well if you enjoy all the lovely what ifs coming your way. And remember to comment down below and tell me if you're new, where I'll be replying and talking back to all of you. So without further ado, let's get straight into this new episode. So to do a bit of a recap, the last time we left off, Kushina was settling into the village good as she now had a job and an apartment. She was going around trying to find something to spice up her apartment when she saw a local bookstore and saw the bestseller Ramen Sage as she saw the Ichi Ichi book next to it. She then saw Jiraiya at the window as she asked him what he was doing here, as he told her to buy one of his books if she's finally ready to enjoy the best book in the world. As she told him that the best book is the bestseller, he then accidentally let it slip that Naruto was the one behind it, as Kushina went and bought it and said if she read anything inappropriate in it, she's going to kill him. Meanwhile, Naruto was busy training as his body was exhausted and tired after using the Harasshin so much, so he was physically tired and worn out. Ino and Hinata were about to bring Naruto some lunch to make sure he's okay, as they didn't want him to starve. They then saw a huge explosion as Naruto was facing off against a masked man who came out of nowhere. Naruto quickly analyzed his opponent as he saw what he was doing, allowing him to pass right through him, but when he was holding something solid, he couldn't do that, so Naruto let him hold on to a clone, as Naruto reappeared with a Harasshin and slammed the Rasengan onto him as the man's hand tore off. But it wasn't blood, it was a weird white substance. The man then vanished as Ino and Hinata arrived and asked Naruto what happened. Naruto dropped to his knees as he was still exhausted, and the Kyuubi also gave him some of his power, and that kind of messed with his body a bit. It was then that the sword opened up behind Naruto again as a rod pierced right through Naruto's back and pierced through his stomach. The masked man then placed a hand on Naruto's shoulder and pulled him into the swirl, as Ino and Hinata couldn't believe what they were seeing as they rushed to go and tell Sakura. So yeah guys, that was basically the last part we left off. You guys can switch across the playlist and check it out for yourself. So let's start this new episode. We start this episode in an unknown location. Naruto was tossed on the ground. There was a seal on his stomach and one on his chest, as he hit the ground hard with a thud. It was then that he looked up, as he was surrounded by Akatsuki members. It was then that a foot hit him right in the face, sending him flying back. "Try not to kill the container, Hidan," said Kakazu. "What? Aren't you pissed, Kakazu?" said Hidan. "Remember what this guy did to us?" "Do not hurt the container," said Pain, as Pain, Konan, Tobi, Kakazu and Hidan was there. As Pain then spoke again, "This is a great Kitsune Flash. He is now in our possession, so capturing the rest of the tail beast will be an easy thing for us. He will no longer be there to get in our way," said Pain as he looked at Naruto, as Naruto narrowed his eyes. "So let me guess, you're the leader of the Akatsuki?" Naruto asked. "Yes, Kitsune. And you have brought this organization a lot of problems, but now we have you. So why don't we just extract the 9 tails out of him right now?" Hidan asked. "We cannot do that. We must go by order." Zetsu will be back in a couple of minutes, and he will guide you to the Jinjulki's host, Konan. As Konan then walked up to Kakazu, she then handed him about 10 tags. This is a tail beast suppression seal. Place them on the Jinjulki. Yes, said Pain. We're going to bring them all to the hideout. We're going to start from the one tails and extract it, and then the two tails. We can't afford them to run loose while we're extracting another. And then, once we're finished with that, we will take the 9 tails Jinjulki. It will take a long time for us to gather all those Jinjulkis, said Hidan. We will be doing our part as well, said Pain. We will be going after the 8 tails, the 7, and the 6 tails. It was then that Zetsu came out of the ground. Alright, come with me, Zetsu said, as he looked at Hidan and Kakazu, as the both of them walked off, as he wondered if the Jinjulkis would be able to protect themselves. He then narrowed his eyes at the masked man, seeing that the masked man wasn't talking at all. The masked man then walked up to him. You know, you have caused this organization a lot of trouble, Kitsune flashed. Or should I refer to you as Naruto? I already know how you know my identity. You gather information on me so you could take the tail beast. No, that's not it, the masked man said. The masked man then looked at Pain. I'll be right back, he said. Continue with your duties. As Naruto wondered if he was a true leader behind this. The man then placed a hand on Naruto's shoulder as the both of them disappeared in a swirling vortex. They then arrived on the top of a hill as Naruto was still bound. Why did you brought me here? Said Naruto. Well, you see, the reason I know you is because I am partly responsible for you having the 9 tails inside of you. What did you just say? Said Naruto. Oh yes, that night, years ago, when the 9 tails attacked the village, I was the one who did that. Naruto growled in anger hearing that. So you're responsible? Said Naruto, as he lowered his head. Responsible? For my father's death? Oh yes, you can say that. Minato Namikaze, your father, he fought well, but in the end he sacrificed his life to seal away the 9 tails inside of you, making sure that the village will be safe. And to a miracle, your mother survived. Kushina Uzumaki. You speak like you know them, said Naruto. Because I did, once, said the masked man. And you're telling me all of this. When I get out of here, That's the thing, Naruto. You're not gonna get out of here. This is the end of the line for you. And you will stay here until we're ready to extract the 9 tails inside of you. Now, be quiet. As he sucked Naruto up into darkness. Back at Konoha, the 3 Kunoichis made it back to the village at top speed. As they were rushing towards the gate, Izumo and Kitetsu got up. As they looked forward, wait, is that? Yeah, it's them. It's Team Kitsune Flash, said Izumo. I wonder if I can get an autograph, said Kitetsu. I don't think they will do that, said Izumo. As the 3 Kunoichis didn't bother to sign in or say anything. They just rushed through the gates. As Izumo and Kitetsu looked at each other. Should we do something about this? Izumo asked. Well, they're the mercenaries of Konoha, and they're quite famous. It's not like they're gonna harm the village. Back with the 3 Kunoichis, they had one thing on their mind, to get to Tsunade as fast as possible. Meanwhile, in the Hokage's tower, Jiraiya was leaning against the wall. As he was staring at Tsunade, he came here to talk to her, but Kushina was also in the room. Tsunade was talking to Kushina when he arrived, and she was asking her how is her life in the village and if she's alright. Jiraiya wanted to talk to her in private, so he was going to wait. As he now realized that she wasn't joking about her feelings towards him, and he wanted to see and know if he can get that opportunity again. As Tsunade narrowed her eyes at Jiraiya to see him, thinking about something, but she turned her eyes back to Kushina. Well, it's alright, said Kushina. I got myself an apartment and a job. It was then that someone said, wait, outside, you can't just go in there. As the door burst open, as everyone turned their sights to the door to see the three kunoichis huffing. "What's going on?" asked Tsunade, as the three of them took off their masks because everyone in there knew them. "Lady Hokage, Naruto has been kidnapped," said Hinata. "Naruto has been what?" Kushina asked. "Yes, he has been kidnapped," said Ino. "Who kidnapped him?" asked Jiraiya. "A man in the black cloak with the red clouds, the Akatsuki," Ino said, as Kushina's eyes went wide, because through her travels, she knew what the Akatsuki's goal was to capture the tail beasts and extract them from their hosts. She was a Uzumaki, and because of her bloodline and all that, she was able to survive the extraction, but Naruto won't, as dread started to fill her eyes. "What are we going to do?" she asked Tsunade. "Wait, how did this happen?" asked Jiraiya. "How was the Akatsuki member able to capture Naruto?" "Well, Naruto was training and he was exhausted," said Ino. "And the Akatsuki member kind of showed up, and the both of them started to fight, and Naruto got the upper hand on him. He then vanished, but he has this weird technique. He can open like a dimension or something like that," said Hinata, picking it up where Ino left off. "He then stabbed Naruto right through the stomach." "What?" said Kushina. "Don't worry, he said that he didn't stab Naruto at any vital point because they needed him." "We need to do something now," said Sakura. "We don't know where he is." "Damn it," said Tsunade as she bit her fingernails. "How are we going to find him?" She then turned to Jiraiya. "Jiraiya, how is your spy network going along? Have you located any of the Akatsuki base?" Jiraiya knew that this was serious, so he just went straight serious. "Well, I have recently gathered information that the leader of the Akatsuki is in the Hidden Rain." "Hidden Rain?" said Sakura. "We need to go there now." "I am coming with you," said Kushina. "Wait," said Tsunade. "The leader of the Akatsuki is in the Rain Village. And also, that means that the rest of the Akatsuki that are still alive is also at the Rain Village. This will be a dangerous mission, and you guys are going to need help." "Shizune," said Tsunade as Shizune ran into the room. "Get me Shikamaru Nara and Kakashi Hatake, now!" "Yes ma'am," said Shizune as she rushed off. Back with Naruto, he was stuck in a cage, as the cage had all type of seals all over it, preventing him from using any chakra. And there was also a white Zetsu there watching him just in case. Naruto had a brilliant idea. He could channel nature energy. He was still at the moment, and these seals didn't prevent nature energy. He then narrowed his eyes at the right Zetsu, knowing that he would call for help. And he couldn't use a flying thunder gun and get out of here. This seal that is branded into his chest, they did it on him when he was passed out. He couldn't use any chakra, and he wasn't a seal master. Jiraiya would have to get this off of him. So after getting nature energy, only thing he would possess is strength, and he knew that he cannot be the Akatsuki with that alone. As he then thought of an idea, the fox inside of him. The fox must want to help him, because if the both of them lose right here, the both of them are going to lose. He's going to be extracted, and I am going to die, said Naruto. Naruto then started to gather nature energy, just enough so he can push past the seal a bit and go into his mindscape. After about 5 minutes he did it. As Naruto arrived in his mindscape, he looked around as he saw the fox. "So, you're still awake," said Naruto. "I thought that seal put you to sleep." "No, I am awake," said Kurama. "I've been trying to create a mental link with you, but I wasn't able to." "Because of the seal," said Naruto. "Which seal?" Kurama said. "There's a seal on my stomach right now preventing me from talking to you or using any of your power. And we are captured by the Akatsuki, and they're going to extract you out of me, and I am going to die," said Naruto. "Is this process going on now?" Kurama asked. "No. They have to gather the remaining tail beasts and extract them by the one tail straight to the 9. So I need your help," said Naruto. As Kurama then lowered his head, as he started to think, while he was trapped inside of this kid, a lot of things happened. He hated him at first. But the kid, with all of the three vixens and all of the drama that he went through, he didn't want to leave. He especially didn't want to be back in the Gedo statue, as he know if all of the tail beasts are in the Gedo statue, they can revive the 10 tails. Alright kid, it's time. I let you use my power for free. What do you mean? Asked Naruto. Go ahead and tear off the seal on my cage, and you will be free, said Naruto as he narrowed his eyes at the Kyuubi. Yes, I will be free. But it's not like that. We will still work together. And I am having fun with you and the three vixens, so I don't want to leave, said Kurama. As Naruto chuckled. So, you're having fun, huh? Alright then, if you want, we can do it that way, said Naruto. Back at Konoha, at the main gate, Tsunade was with Jiraiya, Kakashi, Shikamaru, and the three Kunoichis and Kushina. Alright, you guys be safe, said Tsunade, as she narrowed her eyes at Jiraiya. Give me 5 minutes, guys, said Jiraiya. What for? I'm just going to talk to Tsunade in private, said Jiraiya, as everyone nodded. Tsunade, can I talk to you, please? As he and Tsunade walk a distance away from the group. I want to say sorry. Sorry? For what? She asks. Come on, you know what I'm apologizing for. It's just that I've waited so long to hear those words from you. When I heard it, I thought that you were just lying. So can you please forgive me? It was a big mistake on my part. And if you still want to, we can grab another drink. Okay, she said, as Jiraiya smiled. Now, come back from this mission safe. As she gave him a big smile. Don't worry, I will, said Jiraiya, as he went back over to the group. Alright, let's go. As they headed off, as they were hopping from tree branch to tree branch, the three Kunoichis said, "We're coming, Naruto," at the same time. Meanwhile, Naruto floated up to the bars, as he reached out his hand to tear off the seal. But then, a hand grabbed onto him and threw him down to the ground. As the Kyuubi narrowed his eyes to the fourth Hokage, as Naruto was shocked. "Dad?" he said, as Minato turned and looked at Naruto. "You know I'm your father?" said Minato. "Wait, you don't remember?" Naruto asked. "Remember what?" asked Minato, as Naruto scratched the back of his head. "Wait, how are you here?" "Well, Naruto, I put some of my chakra into the ceiling, so I would be able to see you if you ever try to tear off the seal," he said. "Oh, that means you don't remember." "Don't remember what?" Minato asked, as Naruto thought about it. When Kabuto did the Edo Tensei, that was Minato's spirit that he revived, but this is Minato chakra that he placed inside of the seal a long time ago, so he wouldn't remember their conversation. "Forget it," said Naruto. "So you know I'm your father." Minato hung down his head as he thought that Naruto hated him for seeing the Kyuubi inside of him. But Naruto rushed up to him as he gave Minato a hug. "I'm so happy to see you," said Naruto, as a few tears left his eyes, as Minato hugged back his son. Minato then broke the hug. "Why are you trying to release the Kyuubi?" he asked. "Well, me and him have become friends," said Naruto. The Kyuubi just huffed. "Friends?" "Yeah, we are," said Naruto with a smile. "Really?" Minato asked, as he looked at the Kyuubi. "Yeah, right now, Dad, I'm in some bad situation. I've been captured. The masked man." "Damn it," said Minato. "Yeah, and he told me he was the one who was responsible for using the 9 tails to attack the village back then. He's the reason why you're dead." "And Kushina?" Minato asked. "Oh, Mom is still alive. We just found each other recently, and I just realized I need to spend some more time with her, as we didn't really caught up that much. That is why I can't afford to die here," said Naruto. As the both of them spent about another 7 minutes talking, Naruto telling Minato everything that he achieved, as Minato was so proud of his son. As he then felt his chakra being faded away, it was leaving. He gave Naruto one last hug, as Naruto hugged him tightly. "I'm gonna miss you, Dad," he said. "I will always be here with you, Naruto," said Minato. "And do your best, because I believe in you." As Minato faded away, "I will, Dad," said Naruto, as Naruto then rushed up to the gate, as he ripped off the tag, as the Kyuubi then burst open the gate, as he looked at Naruto. "What now?" Naruto asked. The fox then extended his hand, as Naruto walked up to it, and gave him a fist bump. As Naruto smiled, the fox smiled as well. Meanwhile, inside of the cell in the real world, the white Zetsu that was watching Naruto start to see Naruto changing, as he saw the seal on his stomach starting to burn away, as he quickly informed Tobi, as Tobi was with a white Zetsu. In seconds, Tobi arrived in a swirling vortex, as Naruto snapped his eyes open, as there was a force that came from him and blew the cage open, as all the seals on his body burned away. As Naruto looked at Tobi, "I told you I'd escape, and you're mine." Naruto then rushed forward at incredible speed, as Tobi rushed towards him as well. Naruto sent a punch towards him, as he faded right through Tobi, as he smashed his fist into the wall, breaking it to rubbles. Naruto then picked up one of the stones, as he put his hand behind him, as he went through one-handed hand sign, as he placed a Harashin seal on the stone. Naruto then threw the stone towards Tobi at top speed. "A stone? Really?" said Tobi, as Naruto then vanished in split second, before Tobi could even react, as he was not prepared for this. As Naruto built a Rasengan in record time, he slammed it right into Tobi's mask, sending Tobi flying away as the mask exploded, as Tobi sank his body down into the ground while he was flying away. "Hey kid, there's another perk of this power, you know that." Naruto then closed his eyes, as a yellow glow appeared around him. "Whoa, this power," Naruto said, as he felt power coursing through him. It was then that about 12 Zetsu clones came out, the white one, as they all rushed at Naruto. Naruto extended the KCM arm as he smashed down into the ground, blowing away all of them. Naruto then ran through hand sign, summoning jutsu, he said, as he summoned about 10 3-pronged kunai, as he threw them all around. It was then that a swirling vortex opened again, as he was prepared this time. Tobi pushed his hand forward to try and grab Naruto. "I am ready now," said Naruto as he vanished, as Tobi came out of the swirling vortex. As Naruto saw that he was already wearing another orange mask. "So you really don't want me to see your face," said Naruto, as he smirked. "Well then, guess I'll just have to beat it out of you." As Naruto had a 3-pronged kunai in his hand, one left. Two of them rushed towards each other as Tobi opened a swirling vortex as chains fly out and try to wrap around Naruto, but Naruto vanished with the Harashin, as he then used one of the KCM arms and brought it down on Tobi, but Tobi just phased right through it. Naruto then created a clone, as the clone rushed forward towards Tobi and tried to hit him, but he phased right through him. Naruto then removed the KCM arm, as the real Naruto and the clone rushed at Tobi. Tobi focused on the real Naruto, as he created the iron rod and tried to stab Naruto in the stomach, so he can subdue him for the moment, but Naruto flashed away, as the clone drive a Rasengan forward, but it phased right through Tobi, as the Rasengan destroyed the wall, bringing down a lot of debris and rubble. "Can't you see that won't work?" said Naruto. The clone then said multi-shot clone jutsu, as the clone created a lot of clones. Meanwhile, the real Naruto was doing something in the corner, as Tobi started to dispel all of Naruto's clones, knocking them all away. As Naruto smiled, Tobi grabbed one of the clones by his throat, making Naruto able to touch him, as Naruto vanished with the Harashin and appeared right beside Tobi. He then slammed something into Tobi's back, as the clones then poofed away. Naruto KCM also faded, What happened? Naruto asked Kurama. This is the first time we're doing this. Next time you will get longer. I would just gather my chakra now, said Kurama, as he slammed both hands together. Well, I'll finish him now, said Naruto. As Tobi looked at Naruto, what did you just do to me? Tobi asked. Well, you see, I wanted vengeance on Sasuke for a long time now, and Pervisage taught me a sealing technique that would seal away the Sharingan temporarily, and to give me enough time so I can do anything I want. And I realized that you're using the Sharingan as well, so that makes you a Uchiha, as I can see through that hole in your mask. And right now, you don't possess that technique. As Naruto was standing still gathering nature energy all the time while he was talking, as his eyes then changed, showing the sage mode. And now you're mine. Naruto rushed towards Tobi, as Tobi tried to make Naruto phase right through him, but Naruto's feet planted in his chest as Tobi was sent flying back to the wall. Won't give you any time to recuperate, said Naruto as he appeared beside Tobi with the higher shin. He slammed his hand into Tobi's stomach as Naruto grabbed him by the Akatsuki rope, as Naruto channeled chakra into his face and slammed it right into the mask, shattering it to pieces as Naruto saw him face. But he didn't recognize this guy. But Naruto didn't stop there, as he kept on beating and knocking Tobi around, as he wasn't able to use his Sharingan and make anyone phase right through him. And every time he tried to move, Naruto vanished to the higher shin and reappear and deliver more damage. Even though Naruto was beating him bad, Naruto was running low on chakra. His body was getting exhausted. But with Tobi unable to use the Sharingan, he was completely useless, as Naruto's Sage mode and his enhanced strength was a lot over him. Naruto then started pummeling him again until Tobi started to bleed hard from his mouth. Naruto then kicked him right into the face as he was sent flying back. He broke through the wall as Naruto delivered a roundhouse kick, knocking him out cold, as Tobi fell to the ground unconscious and Naruto fell on his knees. It was then that Naruto looked up as he saw the leader of the Akatsuki, Pain. As Pain jumped off of the tower, Pain was coming down towards Naruto at top speed as he just arrived, getting information from Black Zetsu. He was a distance away, that is why it took him so long to get here. Naruto grabbed onto Tobi as he was about to vanish with the Harashin, as he remembered one of them was in Tsunade's office and that was a far distance away, and that will use out a lot of chakra out of him. And to the state that he's in right now, he will pass out, but at least he will be back at Konoha where they can capture Tobi. As Naruto vanished, as Pain stopped before he hit the ground, realizing that he was gone. Where did he go? Pain asked, as Zetsu came out of the ground. Don't worry. White Zetsus are attached to Tobi, so we can find out where he is. Naruto arrived in Tsunade's office, startling Tsunade at first as she didn't understand, as the envoys quickly surrounded him. Wait, said Tsunade as she saw Naruto holding down Tobi, but the both of them were unconscious. As she rushed over to check Naruto and see that he was still alive, as she then looked at Tobi and looked him over, as she saw the seal on his back, knowing that is a Sharingan suppression seal. This guy's a Uchiha, she said to herself. She then turned to the four envoys. Cat, go and get the team that is going towards the Hidden Rain right now and tell them to return back to Konoha. Naruto is fine. Yes ma'am, said Cat as she vanished. Tsunade looked at another envoy as she told them to get this man in a cell with more Sharingan suppressor seals and chakra suppression seals. As the envoys took Tobi and went off, as Tsunade ran through hand sign as her hands started to glow, as she placed them on Naruto and started to heal him. After about 10 minutes, Naruto regained consciousness. As he jumped up, he was on the floor in Tsunade's office. As Tsunade gave him a smile. Wait, where is he? Naruto asked. Oh, the Uchiha? Tsunade asked. Yes, said Naruto. He's the real leader behind the Akatsuki. Well, I sent him to the Envoy prison. And don't worry, I've put enough chakra suppression, and Sharingan suppression seal on him to last for a lifetime. Naruto then let out a sigh. "Have you seen my team?" he said. "Yes, they came back here immediately after you were kidnapped. But they went to the hidden rain with Jiraiya and the others." "No, no," said Naruto. "They can't go there. Pain. He's there." "Who's Pain?" "Well, Tobi was a boss of Pain. He's really strong. Trust me, you have to get them back." "Don't worry, Naruto, easy," said Tsunade as she saw him trying to get up, but he was in pain. "I have already sent the envoy to retrieve them and tell them the good news that you're back home." Naruto let out a sigh as he fell back to the ground. "Well, that was exhausted," he said to himself. "Hey kid, you okay?" asked Kurama. "You know, I'm happy," said Naruto. "And why is that?" "Because you're talking to me and we're friends now. We're not enemies anymore." "Shut up already. Don't say stupid things like that. It makes me feel weird," said Kurama as Naruto chuckled mentally. A distance away from Konoha, Black Zetsu, along with the 6 Pains, were heading to Konoha. So, Konoha, as Tendo remembered about his childhood, well, Nagato's childhood, about when his parents got killed by Konoha ninjas, as this was a perfect opportunity for him to destroy the Leaf Village and recapture the Nine-Tailed Jinchuriki and get Madara. But guys, I'm gonna be ending this episode right here. If you want to see the next part of this, you already know what to do. Like, subscribe, comment down below, and turn on that bell notification to stay posted. Remember to share this to all of your friends on your social media platform. And also stay in tune because I'm going to be posting a new episode of What If Naruto Went Missing for 4 years. And also on Anime King 2, I'm going to be posting a new episode of What If Naruto had the Sharingan and the Byakugan mix. And also, what if Naruto joined the Akatsuki? But for now, I'm out here. Peace.